She stole $4 billion. Then she boarded a plane and vanished. The FBI is offering $5 million just to find her. But here's the problem. No one knows if she's even alive. Some say she's dead, murdered on a yacht and thrown into the sea. Others say she's in Cape Town. New face, new life, and some believe she's in Russia. Untouchable, protected, 7 years of silence, 3 possible endings, 1 impossible truth. This is the story of Ruja Ignatova, the Cryptoqueen, the woman who convinced 3.5 million people to give her everything, then disappeared like smoke. And what you're about to hear will change how you think about getting away with it, because maybe she did. But before we dive in, hit that subscribe button, because if you like unsolved mysteries where the criminals might actually win, this channel is about to become your obsession. Let me paint you a picture. Oxford University, McKinsey & Company, a doctorate in law. This isn't your typical scammer origin story. Ruja Ignatova wasn't some basement hacker in a hoodie. She was elegant, educated, convincing, and she knew exactly what she was doing. Bitcoin is making headlines. People who bought in early are becoming millionaires overnight. And everyone else? They're terrified of missing out. Ruja sees the opportunity. She launches OneCoin. The Bitcoin killer, she calls it. But here's the thing about OneCoin. It wasn't a cryptocurrency at all. There was no blockchain, no mining, no decentralization. It was pure fiction. But the packaging? Flawless. Ruja didn't sell OneCoin like a scam. She sold it like a revolution. Luxury events, designer dresses, stadiums packed with believers. She called herself the Cryptoqueen, and people worshipped her. Think about that for a second. She wasn't hiding in the shadows. She was center stage, under the lights, taking selfies with victims. The con wasn't just a fake coin. The con was her. And it worked. By 2017, OneCoin had spread to 175 countries. China, Brazil, Pakistan, Uganda, farmers, doctors, grandmothers. Over 3.5 million people handed over their savings. Some sold their homes. Some borrowed from family. All of them believed they were getting in early on the next big thing. They weren't. They were funding the disappearing act of the century. But before we get to that, let me show you just how deep this went. OneCoin wasn't just a fake cryptocurrency. It was a multi-level marketing scheme on steroids. You didn't just buy one coin. You recruited others to buy one coin, and they recruited others, and on and on. Classic pyramid structure. But Ruja made it feel exclusive. Educational packages, ranging from 100 euros to over 100,000 euros. The more you spent, the more tokens you got. Tokens you could supposedly convert into OneCoin. Except, you couldn't actually use OneCoin anywhere. It wasn't listed on any real exchanges. You couldn't buy coffee with it. Couldn't cash it out. The only thing you could do? Recruit more people. And here's where it gets dark. People who couldn't afford to lose anything. Lost everything. A woman in Uganda sold her house. A man in China took out loans he'd never repay. Families destroyed. Friendships ruined. Lives shattered. All while Ruja posted photos from private jets. But by 2017, cracks were forming. Authorities in multiple countries were investigating. The FBI was watching. German prosecutors were building a case. And Ruja? She knew it was over. So she did what any good criminal does when the walls close in. She ran. But not before making one final move that would ensure her legend. She vanished in plain sight. October 25th, 2017. Sofia, Bulgaria. Ruja Ignatova boarded a Ryanair flight to Athens. It's a short flight, less than 2 hours. She's supposed to appear at a massive OneCoin event in Lisbon days later. Thousands of believers waiting to see their queen. She never shows up. In fact, she never lands in Athens. At least, not in any official capacity. No hotel records. No credit card transactions. No surveillance footage. It's like she stepped onto that plane and ceased to exist. But here's what we know happened right before. Days earlier, Ruja got a tip. Someone close to her, possibly her lawyer, warned her the FBI was coming. An indictment was being prepared. She had a choice: face decades in prison or disappear. She chose option 2. But disappearing with $4 billion isn't easy. You need resources, connections, a plan, and Ruja had all 3. Her brother, Constantine, later testified that she'd been preparing for months, moving money, creating fake identities, building escape routes. She didn't panic and run. She executed. And then nothing. 7 years of silence. 7 years of theories. 7 years of wondering. Is she even alive? Because here's where the story splits into 3 possible endings. And I need you to pay attention, because one of these is true. We just don't know which one yet. Theory 1. She's dead. November 2018. 13 months after she vanished. According to Bulgarian organized crime reports, Ruja was murdered. Not in some back alley. On a yacht. In the Ionian Sea. Somewhere between Greece and Italy. The order allegedly came from a Bulgarian drug lord known as Taki. Why would a drug lord want the Cryptoqueen dead? 2 reasons. 1. She owed money. Lots of it. 2. She knew too much about certain financial operations. People who know too much don't live long. Her body was supposedly dismembered and thrown into the sea. No body. No evidence. No confirmation. But the source? A police informant in Bulgaria. And the FBI? They never confirmed or denied it. So is she dead? Maybe. But let's look at Theory 2. Theory 2. She's in South Africa. Cape Town, 2024. Security agents report sightings of a woman matching Ruja's description. Same height, same build, similar features. But here's the kicker. Cape Town is a known haven for people who want to disappear. Minimal extradition treaties. Easy to blend in. Luxury living if you have cash. And Ruja has cash. The reports claim she's had extensive plastic surgery. New face. New identity. New life. She's supposedly living in a gated community under heavy security. Protected by people who are very well paid to keep secrets. Is it her? No one can get close enough to confirm. But the timing of the sightings lines up with increased FBI activity in the region. Coincidence? Or are they closing in? Now, Theory 3. Theory 3. She's in Russia. This one's recent. November 2024. Reports surface claiming Ruja is hiding in Russia. Not just anywhere in Russia. Moscow, under protection of individuals connected to the Kremlin. Why Russia? Simple. No extradition treaty with the U.S. She'd be untouchable. And Russia has a history of sheltering high-profile fugitives, especially those with money and connections. The report claims she's living under a new identity, access to her fortune through offshore accounts and cryptocurrency. Ironic, right? The fake crypto queen hiding with real crypto. But here's what makes this theory compelling. In 2024, the FBI increased the reward for information on Ruja to $5 million, up from $250,000. That's not the move you make if you think someone's dead. That's the move you make when you think they're alive. And you're getting close. So which theory is right? Honestly, we don't know. But there's one more piece to this puzzle. And it might be the most important one. While Ruja vanished, the people she left behind didn't. Her co-founder, Carl Sebastian Greenwood, 20 years in prison. Her lawyer, Mark Scott, 10 years for laundering over $400 million. Her brother, Constantine, served 34 months. Released, now free. But Ruja, still gone. And the victims, they're still waiting. 3.5 million people for $1 billion. Most of them will never see a penny back. In 2024, a UK court ordered a global asset freeze on Ruja and her associates. They recovered some money, maybe a few $100 million, but most of it, gone, hidden in offshore accounts, laundered through shell companies, converted into untraceable assets, the kind of money that disappears as thoroughly as the person who stole it. And here's the brutal truth. Ruja Ignatova understood something most criminals don't. It's not about stealing the money. It's about creating enough chaos that no one can follow the trail. She didn't just take $4 billion. She obliterated the path behind her. Every associate who could testify, either in prison or silent. Every financial record, buried under layers of complexity. Every lead, going cold. The FBI's most wanted list includes terrorists and cartel leaders. And right there with them, a woman with a doctorate who sold a dream. But let's talk about what this really means. Because this isn't just a story about one criminal. This is a story about belief. About how desperately people want to be part of something bigger. About how easy it is to exploit that desire. OneCoin victims weren't stupid. They were hopeful. And hope, when weaponized, is the most profitable con there is. Ruja didn't just steal money. She stole futures, retirements, dreams, and then she vanished, leaving behind a question that haunts everyone who looks into this case. Is she sipping champagne on a beach somewhere, laughing? Or is she at the bottom of the Ionian Sea? We may never know. 7 years. That's how long Ruja Ignatova has been gone. 7 years of investigations, theories, dead ends. The FBI says she's one of the 10 most wanted fugitives in the world. But wanted doesn't mean found. And found doesn't mean caught. The truth is, if she's alive, she pulled off something almost impossible. She stole billions and vanished. No body, no trail, no mistakes big enough to lead back to her. If she's dead, she died with a secret. And maybe that was always the plan. Either way, the Cryptoqueen left behind a legacy, not of innovation, not of revolution, but of one simple, terrifying truth. With the right story, the right stage, and the right timing, you can convince millions of people to believe anything, even if it's built on absolutely nothing. So where's Ruja Ignatova? Cape Town? Moscow? At the bottom of the sea? Or somewhere we haven't even thought to look? What do you think? Drop your theory in the comments. Dead? Alive? Hiding in plain sight? And if you want more stories like this, where the truth is stranger than fiction, hit that subscribe button, because the world is full of people who got away with it. Or did they? I'll see you in the next one.